will kick off. Baggy back to Clifford, and we're underway here at the Draper Tools Community Stadium. Clifford looks for a long switch out to the left-hand side. Roberts can't get on the end of that one. Out behind for a Bath City throwing. Kick to come in as we see one Hawks fan still upset about the blue shorts. Whipped in towards the penalty area. Wood jumped highest. It's loose at the edge. Fired in by Freer. Freer just spoons that one wide and into the stand behind the goal. It wasn't Freer's best effort. Elliot Freer set himself and just drilled that one hopelessly past the goal of Will Mannion, spinning and looping into the small smattering of Bath fans behind the goal. If you just floodlights are on here, such is the gloomy nature of this winter day. As Jamie Collins gets caught in possession at the edge of his own box, and Fletcher might escape with it. Bath are on the attack. Motore's waiting at the edge of the D, fired away by Benny Reid, but the ref will put it back for an early pullback on Alex Fletcher on that far right-hand side. Jamie Collins got a little bit too cute and a little bit too clever in line with the edge of his 18-yard box. He tried to dribble it past Fletcher. Delivery to be whipped in from the right flank, just 2 yards from the corner of the penalty area. In-swinging ball comes towards the near post, flipped on by Bratton and into the corner. Bath City have the opener. Romans running riot in the last 5 minutes or so, and Bratton takes advantage. Delivery was whipped in from the free kick. Bratton jumped highest for just his second goal this season. Wing. Hawks with their first chance in some time in this first half. Benny Reid thinks about the pass down the line to Baggy, checks back to Goburn in midfield. Goburn to Clifford. Bath City have regained those 2 banks of 4 in front of the Hawks, but a whipping a ball towards Tommy Wright. Jumping well was Callum Wood. In line with his own penalty area, and then Oscar Goburn from range. What a hit that was from Oscar Goburn on the volley. Ryan Clark able to palm it into the ground and then catch it on the second attempt, but it was a fierce hit from Oscar Goburn, just never really had the accuracy to trouble Ryan Clark. Billy Clifford on the left-hand side to whip in an in-swinger. Clifford towards the penalty spot. Collins jumps with the goalkeeper Clark. It's loose and it's in, but the referee has given a free kick, judging that Jamie Collins was a little too forceful on the toes of Ryan Clark. Well, Clark jumped for it and he wasn't able to gather it, and it just bounced off someone's heel and went into the net. It might even have come off a Bath City player. It was absolute chaos at that front post. But referee judges that Clark wasn't given a fair attempt to clear or punch that ball away. Back to Jamie Collins. Collins into Goburn, and then Goburn plays the right ball by switching out to that left flank for Joe Newton to take the space ahead of him. But he chose just to check inside to Goburn. Everyone in the Hawks just a little bit hesitant to pull that trigger on that cross. James Roberts, left of centre, chips one towards the head of Jake McCarthy. McCarthy's header, looping over Clark, headed in by Tommy Wright. Hawks have their equaliser. Jake McCarthy headed it on, and Tommy Wright rose to head it past Ryan Clark and into the back of the net. Hamilton Waterlooville 1, Bath City 1. Well, I mentioned Hawks players were hesitant to pull the trigger on a cross into the box. Finally, James Roberts did come up with a cross, and McCarthy headed it to Wright, who headed in again. Back into that left flank for the run of Joe Newton by James Roberts, and fired away by the Romans. Collins able to win the ball, but it's taken off Oscar Goburn's toe, and Bath City are coming forward into the box, squared to the right hand side, fired past Will Mannion and into the goal. It's Cook that's taken the lead for Bath City. Caught cold here on the broadcast, and the Hawks were caught cold at the back. It was given away by Hamilton Waterlooville in their own half yet again. He was never able to win the starting spot at Northampton or Wimbledon as Abdoulaye Baggy streaks through the middle, out to James Roberts, just left of centre, 20 yards from goal, onto his left foot, just screws it over the bar. And Roberts tried to fire that one towards goal without much backlift, and able in the end just lofts it over Ryan Clark's bar. Wasn't a particularly good effort. Just joining us here on Hawks Radio, this broadcast is brought to you by Cummins & Pope Limited. Matt Drabble alongside Adam Nixon. Hawks currently trailing 2-1 to the Romans. Bath City with a corner. Goes short to Torre. Laid back off. Flipped round the corner cleverly by Torre, and then a cross can come in towards Cody Cook. Headed away by Goburn, but volleyed back in by Fletcher. Alex Fletcher gives Bath a 2-goal lead. 3-1 your score. Fired in by Fletcher from 20 yards on his right foot, just whipped across the ball and beat Will Mannion down to his left. Bath City 3, Hamilton Waterlooville 1. Last week in the FA Trophy, in a game which in large parts they dominated. But Billy Clifford's able to get in behind them here. Clifford forces a shot towards Ryan Clark, spilled and maybe bundled in, but no, Tommy Wright can't force it over the line. It was a quick-fire effort from Billy Clifford from nothing really, just picked up the ball and forced something towards goal. Ryan Clark didn't do very well with it, palmed it right out to Tommy Wright, and he couldn't lift it back over the goalkeeper in the highlighted green shirt. Both those players still out injured. As Osler just volleys it forward rather hopefully to Tommy Newton, drops to Baggy, back to Tommy Wright. Tommy Wright onto his left foot, 16 yards from goal. And nod it in. 5 minutes left to play in normal time. Crossing towards Shane McCarthy. He controls in the area. McCarthy with his back to goal. Battling. Laid off to Clifford. Clifford fires over. That was the best chance the Hawks have had in some time. McCarthy laid off to Clifford. Clifford leaning back as he scooped it over the bar of Ryan Clark's goal. Still Bath City 3, Hamilton Waterlooville 1. New for Bath City versus the Hawks in January of 2021. Played 8 times for Plymouth's first team as McCarthy battles on the edge of the box. McCarthy tries one from range. Saved by Ryan Clark. McCarthy 20 yards from goal. Fizzed a shot from the edge of the D. Clark smartly saves to his left. But he does will show. Corner kick does come in towards the penalty spot. McCarthy might be favourite to it. It drops to McCarthy. Vicious volley. Blocked in front of goal and the full-time whistle has gone. Bath City have their 6th win of the season. Romans all conquering in Wesley Park. Hamilton Waterlooville fall to another defeat at home. Your final score, Hamilton Waterlooville 1, Bath City 3.